Trump never expected this, and he now has a total catastrophe on his hands. This is the kind of story that Donald Trump thought that he was done with, the kind that lands on his desk mid-scandal, mid-rally, narcissistic monologue and throws everything off course. Because right now, measles is back. It is not a few cases back. It is not background noise back. We're talking record-breaking, deadly outbreak, and the political blame is heading right for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. when he can take a break from gargling with methylene blue and bathing in beef tallow. His Secretary of Health and Human Services is now dealing with more than 1,200 confirmed cases of measles this year, more than in any year since the disease was declared eliminated 25 years ago. It's only July, and these are the worst single-year numbers in 25 years. Kids are dying. Adults too. Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and just about everybody is unvaccinated. Where did this all start? It started in Texas. 1 in 4 kindergartners there didn't get their measles shot this year, and that is ground zero, and RFK helped to build it. I have a friend who works in a pediatric ER. Not even going to say where, because this stuff is still, fortunately, sort of, although not really, sort of rare enough that I don't want them to be identified. My friend who works in the ER said there are measles cases coming in, and parents are lying about whether their kid is vaccinated. And eventually they have conversations where they say, we are thinking this is measles, but are you sure that your child is vaccinated? And they go, oh, you meant the measles vaccine. No, I'm not. Almost exclusively unvaccinated, and they are bringing it back. Now we have RFK at the helm of the Department of Health and Human Services, spent decades spreading anti-vaccine junk science, linking vaccination specifically to measles, MMR vaccine, to autism, a completely disproven link connected to a disbarred, now unlicensed, then disbarred's not the right word, a doctor who's had his license revoked, Andrew Wakefield. And this is where we find ourselves, right? Congratulations. We have a deadly outbreak. We've got kids in ICUs. We've got international warnings issued. Mexico has said to travelers, avoid the U.S. There's a health risk of measles there. Wrap your head around that. And the kicker is that RFK tried to flip the script a few months ago. Years of paranoia and pseudoscience, and he suddenly sort of like endorsed vaccines in April, but not really. It was half-hearted. And then more recently, he goes further, and they fire the federal panel of vaccine experts that have advised presidents. No warning, no replacement plan, just gone. Public health leaders are stunned. The American Medical Association says this is dangerous. Well, they were right. And if you remove expertise, replace it with ego, confusion, and conspiracies, and you shake it together, what comes out is a rising death count from a preventable disease, collapsing herd immunity, and a measles outbreak that has now hit 38 states. I don't think Trump's inner circle saw this coming. They thought, let's appoint RFK Jr. We'll keep the fringe sort of happy. The anti-vax crowd gets a bone. They can, let them play bureaucrat, then we move on. But now we've got a crisis. And the political reality is that Trump owns it too. There's no Fauci to blame this time around. It's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And the political reality is there's no deep state to scapegoat here. He installed RFK. He elevated the anti-vax movement to the White House. And now, as we're getting ready to go into another election cycle next year, he's got a national outbreak tied directly to his brand. More than a public health issue. This is now a political liability. And you've got independents, you've got suburban parents, you've got grandparents, you've got conservatives even to a degree. They want their kids safe. They don't want to be spinning medical roulette every time you step into a kindergarten or a emergency room, because a conspiracy theorist got a job in the cabinet. So Trump's boxed in. If he fires RFK, he's going to admit implicitly that this was a terrible idea. He'll piss off the anti-vax right, which could be a problem. If you keep RFK, you're going to keep getting hammered for every measles death that hits the news. So it's lose-lose. It came out of nowhere or it didn't. Well, not really. This was really a result of what Trump did. So this is now a full-on catastrophe. Trump has walked into it. It's Trump's fault. It's RFK's fault. I still don't want anybody to die. I don't want kids in ICUs. So hopefully someone figures out a way to talk sense into these parents that are not vaccinating and are sometimes lying about it.